Hey travelers, welcome back to Explore Our World, your #1 channel for discovering hidden gems, fascinating history, and unforgettable travel experiences. Today, we're kicking off an exciting new series where we explore all 50 states in the USA, and we're starting with the heart of Dixie, Alabama. From its rich history and legendary stories to the best places you absolutely have to visit, Alabama has something for everyone. Whether you're a fan of history, culture, outdoor adventures, or simply looking for some incredible Southern food, this video is for you. So buckle up and get ready, because we're about to dive deep into the wonders of Alabama. Let's begin with the history of Alabama, which stretches far beyond the Civil War or even the colonial period. Alabama was home to Native American cultures for thousands of years. One of the most significant of these is the Mississippian culture, and you can still see the remnants of their incredible civilization today. If you're in the Tuscaloosa area, I highly recommend visiting Moundville Archaeological Park. It's one of the most well-preserved Native American sites in the country, featuring towering mounds that were once ceremonial and political centers. Walking through this park is like stepping back in time to a period long before European settlers arrived. Speaking of European settlers, Alabama was part of a tug-of-war between France, Spain, and England during the colonial period. By the time of the American Revolution, it was under British rule, but only for a short time before becoming part of the U.S. after the War of 1812. In 1819, Alabama was admitted as the 22nd state of the Union. But perhaps the most turbulent chapter in Alabama's history came during the 19th century. As one of the southern states, Alabama was deeply involved in the Civil War. In fact, Alabama was one of the original 7 Confederate states, and Montgomery, its capital, was the Confederacy's first capital before it was moved to Richmond. You can actually visit the first White House of the Confederacy in Montgomery, which was the home of Confederate President Jefferson Davis. The house itself is a window into the past, filled with period furnishings and artifacts that give you a sense of what life was like during that time. Of course, the Civil War was only the beginning of Alabama's pivotal role in shaping American history. The post-war period and the Reconstruction era left deep scars on the state, but it also set the stage for the events that would take place a century later, events that would change the course of history forever. Alabama is often referred to as the cradle of the civil rights movement. The mid-20th century saw Alabama at the forefront of the fight for racial equality. In 1955, one woman's quiet act of defiance in Montgomery shook the foundations of the nation. Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a bus to a white passenger, leading to her arrest and sparking the Montgomery bus boycott, a key moment in the civil rights movement. Parks' bravery, along with the leadership of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was a pastor at Montgomery's Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, galvanized a movement that would eventually lead to the end of legalized racial segregation in the United States. When you visit Montgomery, make sure to stop by the Rosa Parks Museum, which tells the story of the boycott and highlights the people who fought for change. The museum features powerful exhibits, including the original bus where Parks made her stand, which is both haunting and inspiring. Another must-see is the Civil Rights Memorial in downtown Montgomery, designed by Maya Lin, the same architect who designed the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. It features a beautiful black granite fountain inscribed with the names of those who lost their lives in the struggle for equality. It's a solemn but essential reminder of the sacrifices made in the name of justice. If you're looking for even more insight into the civil rights era, make your way to Birmingham. The Birmingham Civil Rights Institute offers a powerful, in-depth look at the city's violent and often tragic role in the movement, including the infamous bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church in 1963. This act of terror, which killed 4 young girls, shocked the world and intensified the calls for civil rights reform. But don't worry, folks, Alabama isn't just history lessons. In fact, the state has a great motto: "We dare defend our rights." Pretty fitting, right? Also fitting is the fact that you'll probably need to defend your diet once you've tasted Alabama's barbecue. More on that in a minute, though. Now that we've explored Alabama's rich history, let's take a look at some of the state's top destinations that every traveler needs to add to their itinerary. First on the list is Gulf Shores. If you're craving sun, sand, and sea, Alabama's Gulf Coast is the place to be. Gulf Shores offers miles of stunning white sand beaches, perfect for lounging, swimming, or catching some waves. And for those of you who like a bit more adventure, there's plenty to do. Whether it's deep-sea fishing, parasailing, or even dolphin-watching cruises, you'll never be bored. Gulf Shores is also famous for its seafood, so be sure to grab some fresh Gulf shrimp or oysters while you're there. Next up, for all the nature lovers, is the Little River Canyon National Preserve. Did you know it's one of the deepest and most picturesque canyons east of the Mississippi? Whether you're into hiking, photography, or just soaking in breathtaking views, this hidden gem is a must-see. And if you're into chasing waterfalls, don't miss DeSoto Falls, a 104-foot waterfall located nearby. It's one of the tallest and most beautiful falls in the state. Moving north, we have Huntsville, also known as Rocket City. Huntsville earned this nickname thanks to its crucial role in the U.S. space program, and if you're into space exploration, you've got to visit the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. You'll find an incredible collection of rockets, space capsules, and even the Saturn V rocket, which sent humans to the moon. And hey, if you've ever dreamed of being an astronaut, they've got a space camp for that. Just make sure you can handle the G-forces. And if you're more interested in rockets of the culinary kind, make sure you check out Alabama's food scene. More on that now. No trip to Alabama would be complete without indulging in its delicious Southern cuisine. Alabama is famous for its barbecue, especially its pulled pork and ribs, slow cooked to perfection, and often served with a tangy white barbecue sauce unique to the region. If you're a foodie, don't miss the Alabama Barbecue competition held in Birmingham every year. You'll get to taste some of the best BBQ in the country and see master pit masters show off their skills. Now let's talk about Alabama's Mardi Gras. And no, I'm not talking about New Orleans. Mobile, Alabama is actually the birthplace of Mardi Gras in the United States. That's right, Mobile's Mardi Gras is older than New Orleans. Every year, this coastal city comes alive with parades, bead throwing, and festive celebrations. If you're into vibrant festivals and Southern hospitality, Mobile during Mardi Gras is the place to be. So there you have it. Alabama may be known for its deep history and its role in the civil rights movement, but it's also a state full of natural beauty, unique attractions, and of course, mouth-watering food. Whether you're diving into the past, lounging on the beach, or exploring Alabama's stunning canyons, there's something for everyone here. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Alabama, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We're just getting started on our journey across the USA, and next up is the last frontier, Alaska. You won't want to miss the adventure. Until next time, keep exploring our world.